Hey everyone, welcome back to the Improv TX Comedy Network. If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, we appreciate it. Please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give the Improv TX Comedy Network a like. And just a reminder, the Improv TX Comedy Network is live on YouTube with all your favorite comedians on the improv stage. All links can be found in the description. And with that, on to the podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the Act Out, from open mic to the big stage. Comedians tell us how stories were made. Today, I am sitting with one of my good friends, a comedian that I've watched over the years grow and change and become hilarious and just kill it on stage. Someone that I admire and respect. Like I said, he is a friend of mine. We were talking to Roland Campos.
Come on, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Thank you very much, Doug.
And just so you know, I don't call him Roland Campos. I call him Gabe.
Yes,
so...
see, there's a lot of names I get called out there. Can we do our handshake for the?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. This is for the people out there that don't know about this.
Yes, we got our own handshake and everything.
Yeah.
That's how we say hello.
That's how long we've known each other.
So, yes, Gabe, as I said, I'm going to call you because that's what I know you by. But it's Roland Campos, just so everyone knows for the show. Go get your tickets. We are here to discuss the show on the 8th at 7:30. Is it 7:30 or 7?
I believe 7.
We got to check.
I don't even know my own show. No, 7 o'clock. And it's actually Gabe. It's called the Gabe Campos.
So which one did they do?
The Gabe Campos. Tricking you, Doug. You have to edit all this stuff out.
No, they're calling it Roland Campos and Friends.
Oh, are they now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, geez, from Gabe to Roland.
You'll find the show. It's not a big deal.
It's because the government's looking for me. I have to go by all these names.
Yes, I understand.
I'm not even here now. I'm not even here now.
In Germany, what do you go by? Marcus, you said?
Yeah, it was Marcus. Yeah, in Germany it was Marcus. Yeah.
We'll kind of get into that a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to be a good story.
Well, let's begin by asking, how long have you been doing comedy?
Too long, Doug. Too long. Too long.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably going about 9 years. 9 years.
8 years, 9 years? Right.
But low key.
How's it going so far, do you think?
So far, it's starting to pick up, it seems like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. This show coming up. Well, another one right after that with Chuckles and Flow. And hopefully, end of the year, I'll have more by the beginning of the year. So we'll just see how it goes, I guess.
Right on.
I'm just looking to be local, man. That's honestly, I'm just looking to be local.
Yeah, and just get started.
Yeah,
and then blow up and become the biggest sensation.
And then still stay here.
And then forget who I am.
And still stay here. Yeah.
No. I come to the show and you're just who are you?
It's still gonna be here. Like I'm still gonna be here. Like I don't want to die anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right here when I go.
In DFW.
And Texas. Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about where you were born and raised then. Here, right?
Well, Fort Worth for the most part. To be specific, North Richland Hills. That's a suburban Fort Worth. So shout out to North Richland Hills. In the latter part of my years, I moved to Van. So shout out to Van, Texas. Van Vandals.
Van.
We go Red. Yeah, that's a little thing we do out there. So I shout out to East Texas. So,
You're going to shout out everywhere you've ever lived?
Everywhere I've been, it's a shout out to you. Even at your mama's house. No.
So you're basically from the DFW area.
Yeah, DFW.
So you've been bombing around here for a while. What were you like as a child?
As a child, hard-headed, man. Got spanked a lot, I guess you could say. Got abused. Considered today now would be considered abuse.
Right.
Yeah, but no, man. Yeah, I was hard-headed. I had to find out the hard way, and I found out the hard way, and it made me start making better decisions. So it's a good thing I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you a funny kid, or were you just more getting in trouble nonstop?
I want to say I was getting in trouble, but I was funny while I was getting in trouble.
So you're reaching for the cookie jar, but you're doing a punchline at the same time.
Yeah, just talking about my mom, probably.
Talking your mom?
Yeah, like wow, whatever. You know what the kids say.
Yeah. So eventually, as you grew up, you ended up joining the Army, right?
Yes, I did, Doug.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I did.
And you were stationed in Germany, of all places.
I was. I'll tell you how I got into the service, right? So, in high school, I played football, right? Then I thought I was going to be a professional athlete until I saw, like, whoa, that's a different breed up there. I joined the military, Army, and that was in 1996. I signed up while I was in high school, went down, have to do a test and whatever, have to go down and swear in. So I went down there, swore in. And the day that it came for me to actually leave, it was just a few days after I had graduated, right? Not the day right after, but, probably about a month or so. I had already started working at a nursery, a rosary where they sell roses and stuff. And that day I was supposed to go to see my recruiter, so they were going to take me to Louisiana and Shreveport. Well, I didn't show up because, I was in love, I had a girlfriend. I was in love, I wasn't going nowhere, right?
After you've already sworn
in.
Yeah,
after I was like, but I was still in high school, so, so I was like, well, I'm not going, what are they going to do? Well, don't think they ain't going to do nothing, kids. Because I was there working, minding my business, and all of a sudden I see two men in uniform coming. They're talking to my boss. I'm like, oh, man, someone's about to get deported. Right? But I thought it wasn't going to be me because I'm born in America, right? Mm-hmm. So anyway, see them talking to them, and all of a sudden they come and they're getting closer to me. I'm like, oh, look around. Yeah, me? No, where am I going? It's my recruiter. He's like, yeah, you swore in and stuff, and now, you made a commitment. Now you got to see through, or you're going to be considered AWOL. That's called absence without leave, for those that don't know. So they scared me into going into what they would be the federal prison, because it's not regular prison, because you're not a civilian no more. You're a soldier. So, it would be, considered federal, I guess. Yeah, so it's not different. It's different time. So I was like, I was young. I was like, oh, okay, well, definitely don't want to go to any prison, right? Yeah. I don't want to go to any prison. Yeah, man, they talked to me, said I had to go, escorted me to the vehicle. Didn't even let me drive my grandmother's vehicle at the time home. Like, I had to give my friends the keys to take it home. They drove me to my house, picked up a bag, and I was off. And, that's how that happened, man. It was like I was like a prisoner almost, even though I wasn't. But felt like I was. Getting taken off to do some hard time somewhere, because I was just 18,
How many years did you end up in the Army?
Just 3.
3?
3 years,
And you spent the majority in Germany, right?
Yes, I was, ich sprechen Deutsch.
You speak?
Ich sprechen Deutsch ein bisschen. Yeah. Probably speak more German than I do Spanish, Doug.
Yeah?
That's sad.
I know. I love your joke where you talk about people who come up to you and start speaking Spanish.
Yeah,
you're like,
I
don't know.
I just agree. It is. I speak French, oui, yeah.
So how did you get into comedy then? How did that transition? Like, you spent that time in the Army, and then you got into comedy in your 30s, right?
It was, early 30s, I would say. I actually started working at the, Arlington Improv. They're in Arlington, Texas. Started working there. Then I started attending this open mic, started co-hosting this open mic with Patrick Stevens, the late Patrick Stevens.
May he rest in peace.
May he
a friend
rest
of
in
ours.
peace. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And, we saw a lot of comedians come through there, doing that open mic. And it started growing, and he went off and did some things, and I was there for a little while longer, and then eventually they kind of done away with it. But there was a lot of good comics to come through there, man, on that open mic.
So did you never thought about doing comedy before you worked at the comedy club? You never even considered it?
That's a tough question, because it probably was in my mind, because I love comedy. I used to watch all the comedy, Def Comedy Jam. Mm-hmm. So part of me probably was, didn't ever believe it to come true, I guess you could say. But, after going to the open mic and starting to host it and stuff, I was like, man, I would love to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I would just love to just do this.
So wait, you were hosting before you did the comedy? You would just get up and be like, next person's coming up?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Yeah, so you had no, punchlines or anything?
Pretty much, no. I just was hosting, bringing up all the comics that would come through, sign up.
Wow.
We would have different hosts every now and then.
So you kind of stumbled your way into stand-up in a way. because you got on stage.
You could say that.
Because one of the biggest fears for most people starting out is taking the steps up stage. But you were already getting up there and going, "Hey, listen, here comes Chris Gardner or whoever."
Chris Gardner, Paul Jarvis, man, a bunch of people came through that stage that are now doing some things that are doing some major things out there. So. Big shout out to all those people.
It's so weird, though. I didn't realize that you hadn't had ambitions to do it, because as long as I've known you, you're the kind of person that will try out a joke in casual conversation, which can annoy some people, but it doesn't bother me when you do it, because it cracks me up, because I'll know that you're trying out a joke on me. You'll walk up and be like, "So yeah, I was at this house the other day," and I'm like, "Oh, here it comes."
Yeah. Is it true or not true?
I don't know. Dude, I remember the pick and flick that you told me. You're like, I saw somebody in their car picking their nose and just rolling it.
Pick and roll. It's a pick and roll.
Pick and roll. That's what it is. Yeah, and I remember you working out that bit and then going on. I'm like, I'm going to go on stage and do that. And I'm like, nah, he's not. And then you went on stage and did it. I was like, oh, man, he actually did it. Like, you followed through with that. It was pretty cool. It worked, too.
I got to go back to that.
So who were your influences? Like you said, Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah, a lot of people on Def Comedy Jam. Of course, Eddie Murphy, you would say, Richard Pryor, all the main people that mostly people talk about. But Def Comedy Jam was almost religiously. That was Martin Lawrence, like Chris Tucker, of course, Bernie Mac, and Cedric the Entertainer. Dale Givens, some more, all the people that came through, D.L. Hughley on there, that was like a bunch of people that actually come through the improv as well.
I was going to say, I've met most of them too. So it's pretty cool. With that, do you remember who the first person you saw was? Like the first time you watched stand-up, or do you just remember it coming through?
It was Eddie Murphy. I would say it was his Raw, maybe. I wasn't old enough to be watching it, that's for sure. I was sneak watching it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They was playing it on a VCR, I believe. It was a tape, glimpsing pieces of it when I could.
What were you thinking as you were watching it?
Man, he's saying a bunch of words that I'm not allowed to say. I heard it was, can't do it, but beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, we can't do it here. What was it like actually going up to do the comedy for the first time after you wrote some stuff and practiced it? Were you nervous at all, or were you just like this?
Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely nervous. I'm still nervous. I'm nervous right now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm nervous right. Yeah, I don't drink as much, don't smoke as much, so...
So nothing to medicate the pain?
Nothing to
this
nothing
is sober.
To take away the this is pretty much sober Gabe. Yeah.
As you smoke
You got a joint. Yeah, you got it.
That's pretty sober.
Yeah. So no, but it was. I'm always like nervous, man. Butterflies. But once you get up there and start doing it, man, you get that first laugh. It's just like a drug, Yeah,
it's probably
addicting.
It's the most addictive drug, I would say.
Yeah, it's addicting.
To get those laughs and you come off stage and you're flying high on that adrenaline rush.
Yeah,
it's something else, dude.
It's fun, man. It's fun.
So how about your first hosting gig? Who was that with?
My first hosting gig, done a few. Doug, you're asking me questions that I won't know the first two because I smoked a lot, So, it's not going to be a remembering of a first of a lot.
I know who it was.
But like Scruncho, I've done like Scruncho.
It was Scruncho, yeah.
Scruncho, like John Henton, Pablo Francisco. I've been on stage with like some Pauly Shore. When I was in Corpus, Chingo Bling,
You bragging right now?
No. Like, it's like just two, quite a few people when I think about it.
What was that like going up and hosting, though? What was that feeling of being like, I've actually made it to the point where I can stand in front and do this?
It feels great. Feel good, to bring laughter into the world. You feel like, wow, better than bringing tears to people's eyes, So it feels great. When you do it, you can have your own feeling, I guess. But to me, it feels great, man. Like it's nothing better than just having a room full of people laugh, man, and having a good time.
So what is your weirdest stage experience? What is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you?
The weirdest? I don't really think nothing too weird, other than maybe someone like talking real loud.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal with hecklers?
Pretty much ignore them.
Yeah.
Just keep on going. Not direct too much attention, because that's what they're looking for, is that attention.
Right.
And then usually when you don't give them that attention, they end up looking like a donkey.
We can't
finding
curse.
the word, yeah.
We can't curse.
I'm finding the words here, people.
It's one of those. We don't curse in this podcast. We got to bleep it. So he's trying not to curse.
Yeah. So a donkey.
Otherwise, it would be like
donkey.
Beep, beep,
yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
It was acting a donkey. There we go. You know what a donkey is.
So you've never had something happen like behind the stage or like with another comedian that was just awkward, or it's all been easy going?
No, it ain't all been easy going, that's for sure, but probably some stories I probably wouldn't want to disclose right now. Don't know who is going to get in trouble or who's going to get a lawsuit on them.
That's true. You know? That's
so,
true.
Yeah, so
that's fair.
I'll plead the fifth on that, Doug. Let me plead the fifth. Yeah, let me plead the fifth on that, because there is a lot that goes on, I tell you.
There is a lot that goes on.
There's a lot that goes on.
For those out there, there's a lot that goes on.
I mean, who knows? I mean, federales might be watching this. FBI, who knows?
You ever get starstruck? You ever find yourself in meeting a comedian and you're just like, oh, wow, that is like one of my heroes? Or you've always been kind of chill about meeting comedians?
I think I've been pretty much, I want to say chill, not like, like just totally freaking out, because they're human beings as well, and they're pretty down to earth, most of them, so I wouldn't say like totally starstruck where I'm going to pay to get a picture, pay for those type of stars, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, but definitely just, it's like, they're pretty, whoa.
Did you hear the ghost?
Is that a ghost?
That's a ghost of the Addison Improv, bro.
I heard that. Woo.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Wow.
I'm keeping that in.
Man,
so everyone knows this place is haunted.
Wow. They were laughing at me.
They heckled you.
Yeah.
You're supposed to ignore them.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm about to leave right now. Damn, don't tell me that. You're performing in front of a bunch of ghosts right now.
I mean, it is a very white thing to be like, I want to go investigate it right now.
Right.
Like, where did that ghost come from?
Yes. We've got to turn off the lights now. And
I love how you're like, I'm bouncing.
Yeah.
Getting out of here.
Yeah, man, let me take this Red Bull too.
So you've never gotten starstruck, and I like that, because I like what you said about like the comedians just being people just like you and me. And like I've had a couple bad experiences with comedians where I just try to be like, maybe they're having a bad day or something like that. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's been 90% amazing.
Yeah, there's just human beings, man. They breathe in air just like us, and they're like I said, they're pretty much down to earth. Most of them, for the most part. So yeah, it's a good experience, man. I mean, just to see what they do on stage, on a weekend basis, pretty much.
Do you feel like working at the club for so long, you've got a kind of an education in comedy?
Oh, for sure, because you see people who travel, who come through, and kind of see some of the things that they say and do, how they all have their own style, and some have the same jokes, actually, that's another story.
Well, yeah.
but yeah, you just see how people have their own audience, and that's what's great about comedy, because you create your own audience, kind of. The people
I was talking to somebody about that earlier. Like, you got to find your audience.
Yeah.
And then they will be happy to come see you.
For sure. I mean? Yeah, for sure.
What do you think your comedy styling, how would you describe it to someone?
Unorthodox.
Yes, I would agree.
Very unorthodox. Just like my life, unorthodox, man. Don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to get there, right? Yeah. Very unorthodox. Because I want to go up there and I'll say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And I go up there and I'm like, you know what? Donkey all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get up here and I'm going to do my thing, however it comes. Yeah, very unorthodox.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very unique. Sure. Like, you're very good about telling clean jokes that end up dirty, but they're not super dirty, but they are super dirty. Like, they're multi-layered.
Yeah, it's the blurry vision type of dirty, right?
Yeah,
you can see that nipple, but can't see the rest.
I can't keep that in. I gotta cut that.
All right.
You can't say nipple.
Nip.
You can say nip. All right. It's fine. What kind of advice do you have for comedians starting out?
For sure, be yourself. That's one. Be yourself. Grow from your own experience, your life, pretty much. Don't go out there trying to tell all these jokes that kind of, I want to say universal jokes, or, pretty much jokes that a lot of comedians doing. be yourself as much as you can. Get out there, be yourself, and promote yourself, which as much as you can, because that's a big thing now. Social media. So being yourself and just get out there as much as you can. I mean, and it will pay off eventually. Like, I mean, I've seen people do it. I mean, they're still doing it. So shout out to those people, because I mean,
it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I mean,
it's not easy. What people don't realize is it's a lot of downtime. It's a lot of driving. It's a lot of money spent to get 5 minutes on stage to practice real, something that is hard to do.
For sure.
I mean, it's really an impossible art form. It takes 20 to 30 years to really perfect it. It takes a lifetime to perfect it. It's crazy, and you can begin as a novice and be good, but you'll never be great until you put in the time.
Well, and you have to grow with the times as well. I mean, you know, some jokes are going to be everlasting, you know, which is going to be your life story jokes, pretty much. But, you know, the times change and things change, so your jokes, you know, have to be up to date. You know, now coronavirus is kind of going out of style, and there's going to be a new sick joke coming out. You know, we don't have masks on, so that eventually will play out probably in 2030.
What do you think is going to happen in 2030?
2030, we're going to be at home with our virtual reality headset on, not going anywhere, so we're not going to have no mask on. We're just going to be working from home, doing everything from home, getting robots to deliver the groceries, you know, Back to the Future type stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, all right.
It's going to be amazing. Put the little pellet in the oven, and you get a full pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm totally down with that.
Right. I mean, that's coming, man.
What are your thoughts on comedy? Is it an art form, or is it just telling jokes to you?
It definitely is both, I would say. It could be an art form, and it could be someone that just has the natural ability to work a crowd, you know, unorthodox style, you could say. It definitely is an art form, man, because timing, being able to read the crowd, you know, and even adjust during your set. You know, being able to interact with the crowd at any given moment, man, you know, is art, to feel the vibe of the crowd.
Do you go searching for crowd work ever? I've never really seen you do much crowd work.
No. I don't go searching for crowd work too much. No, I'm unorthodox style doesn't allow me to do that. It may allow me to do that one day, but right now, yeah.
I feel like that's a completely different art form, to be able to do crowd work. And, and be able to be quick and witty enough to be able to come back with stuff. And, and you really got to be on top of it. You've got to be the smartest kid in the room to be able to do that.
If that's for sure. I mean, you definitely don't want to get outdone by someone out there.
I've seen it happen.
By this ghost almost.
Yeah, man.
We almost got done out by that.
I mean, poop.
Oh, yeah. Donkey.
Donkey. That's what we're saying. Yeah. Hey everyone, it's just Stuck jumping in to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you dig it, please head over to our website at improvtx.com, where you can check out our calendar for all the upcoming shows in Addison, Arlington, Houston, and San Antonio. And don't forget to follow our social media, all links in the description. And with that, back to the podcast. I'm trying to think what else we can talk about when it comes to comedy. Do you have any... You said you don't have any crazy stories.
No, I mean, like I said, I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble.
Yeah,
because there's
you can tell stories without telling.
There's a lot. I mean, some people are gonna. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, but you can tell the story with like this guy. You can put mine. You can say donkey.
I could say donkey. This donkey right here.
Yeah, so this donkey.
Oh man. Well, I saw a physical altercation between, I think, a wife and husband out one day, and our DJ got punched. I mean,
May he rest in peace also.
Yes,
May he rest in peace also.
I mean, that was crazy.
Well, that almost happened to you, didn't it? Like there was a lady that you were asking to just be quiet. And you pulled her out. You know, you're like, "Come with me," and you pulled her out, and she was trying to.
Trying to get at me, trying to scratch me.
Yeah,
but I had to walk away because.
How often did that happen? Because you were a door guy, I guess we could say. You did the door. You were a server for a time, but you mainly worked the door throughout your being at the comedy club. How often do you say that would happen when people would get into altercations?
It would probably happen maybe once every couple of months. Maybe you have one of those people that are just drank too much, don't want to follow rules, and want to be an idiot, be a donkey.
Yes,
want to be a donkey. Which a lot of it has to do with the alcohol intake with them acting the way they do. That's what happens when you don't control your habits, I guess you could say.
So did you never gotten hit though? Have you been threatened? Any of that stuff?
No, never gotten hit. Yeah. Although when I did first start, I remember this one time that there was like an altercation, and I did have to grab a guy from the back and hold him. Yeah, this was happening like when I very first started. Actually, I just said I want to remember when I first did something right. I lied, people. I vaguely remember that night. Like, I can't tell you what started it, but it just was one of those things where I just grabbed the guy just to restrain him. Everybody else was chill, and that was that. So very quick incident. Yeah. Nothing too major. It don't happen too often though. I would say for the most part, people are pretty okay.
I mean, I've seen some stuff. I mean, I've seen a couple of Canadians, like literally from Canada, came down, got drunk, and then it was at a Bill Bellamy show, and the guy tried rushing the stage to get Bill Bellamy, and the management got in between and stopped him. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. And he was in the hallway laying on the ground with people tackling him.
Well, not to mention we had a couple of ambulances scenes up there with people almost not ending well. Yeah. So there's some crazy stuff that happens.
Comedy clubs are fun places to work at.
Yeah,
everyone.
And there's always something that happens.
Go get a job at a comedy club. That's all I have to say. It'll be the ride of your life.
Yeah, you never know who comes through either.
Yeah. What is your writing method like? How do you come up with your material?
Daily life, daily activity, maybe a funny thought cross my head and may jot it down. Also, I have a regular job, so people at my job. My customers that come through, maybe. It's every day, man. Every day could be a funny day.
Now, do you write it down, or do you leave it in your head and kind of work on it that way?
I'll write some of it down, and some of it I'll try to remember. But a lot of the times it'll leave my head, so it's best to write it down. So
that's all. I pull out my phone and jot it down.
Yeah, that's right here. It's some funny thoughts. There was a thing about WNBA players, how much they get paid. Well, I was thinking, I know strippers that make more than them, so they joined the wrong career, put down the ball, slide down the pole, right? You know what I mean? That was just a funny thought. Yeah, it was slide down the pole if you want to make that dough.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's not so.
So that's going to be the punchline. It's a joke coming towards you soon.
Yeah. See, it's something that probably one of those jokes that I try.
All right, so where do you see yourself in 5 years with comedy?
Hopefully hosting more shows in Texas. Like I said, the local area, man, Texas, here, wherever, wherever it may be, just hosting more shows, doing more shows. That's pretty much it. I don't have too big of a dream.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're not shooting for the moon at all. It's just
I don't have too big of a dream because I got my daughter, man, and she means a lot. So that's my focus.
You want to stay local.
I want to stay local, man.
You want to be a big fish in a little pond. Is that what they say?
I mean, I want to be a local fish. That's it, man. I want to be a state fish. I don't want to go nowhere and then say I can't get back because I didn't get no shot or something, right?
Had to make it
you ain't
political.
Gonna catch me.
Had to go political. Yeah. I ran out of questions. What did you have written down that you wanted to talk about?
Well, the show, December 8th, at the Arlington Improv, we have Chris Gardner. Shout out to Chris Gardner doing a Chris G, Three Brother podcast. Y'all need to check him out. We got Larry E on and Adrian Success Goalie. Mm-hmm. We got, comedian Head Richards. And we have Jefferson Guevara. This comedian Jefferson, I remember he coming through the open mic, man. He's actually, producing his own comedy shows in Spanish.
Very nice.
Yeah. He's producing his own comedy show in Spanish, doing a Spanish podcast, and he's performing all the time. And he's doing something down in Puerto Rico, Atlanta, December 16th. And we'll have a tour in Latin America coming through. So y'all need to check him out. And then we got my man, Paul Jarvis. I mean, this guy right here, when I first started doing the open mic in the Arlington Improv, this guy came through and was regular, man. And now he's he's doing some things. He was doing a Funny AF season 1, Revolt TV season 3, Laughed After Dark Amazon Prime, and he's on Quake's House with Earthquake, Sirius Radio, the 4th season. Yeah, so he's gonna be coming through. So for people that don't know, like, it's gonna be a great show. Like, it's gonna be, funny people. I mean, it's gonna be a funny show. So I mean, for those that don't know, a lot of the good shows are the shows that you don't hear about. Those are the shows that you ain't hearing a lot about. Actually, real comedy, because I mean, it's pretty personal, and you're gonna see some new jokes probably.
So you're gonna crank out the new material too?
Well, I'm gonna do some new material. Can't do the stripper thing now because it ain't new no more.
It's been used.
It's been used.
It's over.
It's over.
It's done.
It's over.
You'll never say it again.
Oh yeah.
That's not how comedy works at all when it comes to stand-up comedy. You don't say the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, move on. Right.
Yeah, every time. It's fresh and new, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh and new.
Man, it's good to see you, Doug.
It's good to see you, too.
I mean, I don't get to see you as often as I...
Yeah. I know you're busy. I'm busy. I'm very busy. And I'm sleepy, to be honest with you. I sleep a lot.
Oh, do you?
I got a CPAP now, dude. Like, I'm old man. Like,
a CPAP?
Yeah, dude. I had to put on the headgear to go to sleep. What's next for you, Gabe?
What's next will be just this show, and then what's next after this is work.
Yeah. Are you still working 3 jobs?
Actually, I got fired from DoorDashing, guys.
Oh, yeah?
I got fired from DoorDash.
Why?
Got let go. I got terminated. My acceptance rate was unacceptable.
Were you eating the people's food?
No, I was rejecting the order. Like, they want you to go 6 miles for $2, and you have to decline it. And then they send you it again, and you have to decline it again, and it affects your acceptance rate, right? So I had to deny the order like 5 times, and now they want to terminate me. I'm like, well, I declined it once. You shouldn't have sent it 4 times. Yeah, I got terminated from DoorDash.
I've never heard of anyone getting terminated from DoorDash.
I've been terminated, so.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was doing some DoorDash, Then I shout out to Jersey Mike's subs. Woo!
Get them subs,
get
baby.
them subs. Come see me.
Yep.
Yeah, come see me. That's my other job. So making subs, guys. Come see me. Jersey Mike's. Shout out. Hey, this.
I put the salami
I'm gonna
on
get paid
there.
for this. Yeah, I'm gonna get paid for this. Salami.
Salami, some ham, some
roast beef,
Black Forest ham, some of that roast beef.
Come get you that number 16 or 17. Man.
I imagine you kill it though too.
Because it's a good company. It really is. Like it's a good company, man, and it's something that it's good food. Like
did you bring
we busy,
any?
man. Next time, because this ain't gonna be the last time, right, Doug?
No, we're never doing this again.
No, we got to do this again because next time I am gonna bring a sub. I am gonna bring you something.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. Doing it again. The first interview I ever did was with Gabe. You were the first interview I ever did. We sat down and we talked on a podcast. I don't even remember what the podcast was called, but we sat down and talked about your time in the Army, and that helped me learn how to interview somebody. It meant a lot to me. And now 4 years later, we're sitting on the improv stage having a conversation about comedy. And it's amazing. You're about to do a show. Yeah.
Doug, this is great. How long do we need to keep doing this then?
Huh? No, we're done. We're good.
No.
You pimped the show already. We're out.
Oh, what? No.
I mean, if you have any other stories you want to share.
Man, that's all the questions? Though?
That's all the questions.
That was all the questions?
Usually that takes 45 minutes, but you were very quick with your answers.
Oh,
you were just like, here, listen, here's a boom, boom. You're a direct to the point kind of person.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't like to divulge a lot of other, donkeys' businesses.
Yeah, dude, not me. I am a gossip. I am a gossip and slanderous at the same time. I put people's business out there. It's fun for me.
Yeah, see, and me, I have to watch what I put out there, I have to watch what I put out there. Never know, because...
just don't put out negativity.
Yeah, and then you put out something, and then 10 years later it comes around and bites you. You said this on Doug's podcast, Like, what? Doug, you're supposed to edit that donkey stuff. Right? I mean, this is what it's about right here. This moment, like in the moment right here, Doug. This is what it's about. like not only is it good to see you because you've grown, man. I mean,
outwards,
you know,
gotten bigger.
Set up like you just said. You know, the first interview was at the apartment. Yeah. Actually, so I mean,
it was. We were sitting on the couch and the chair, and we were just chatting.
Yeah. We wasn't holding hands.
No. We wanted to.
We want. Yeah, but right here, you know, this man, it's doing big things. This guy, A1 since day one, man, had my back going through hard times. We won't get into all that, but
we can if you want.
I mean, because that's some personal stuff, man. That we, I mean, you know, Doug. Yeah. That's all I have to say is this guy right here. He knows. He knows. I mean, he knows from Actually, I was homeless. I was homeless. I was homeless. I had to move to Corpus. Ride a bike. I mean, people that don't actually know the story, I mean, for them, I guess to know the story would be like, yeah, you have to know that it definitely is a journey, and to have faith, to believe in a higher being, goes a long way. So having faith in God had a lot to do with growing, because I mean, Doug, I wasn't the best of person. I was close to alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like close to like an alcoholic, and but I had to go through a lot to change and come out a better person. I mean, now, no longer a man whore. I know I wasn't gonna, told you not to bring it up, but.
Do I have to cut that out?
No. I mean,
because you were man whoring.
I was. I mean,
I've seen Gabe literally hit on every single woman, and I'm not talking like if they're there and he's just like, hey baby, but he doesn't say baby. You're real good about flirting.
I mean,
this is what people don't know is like you are a big flirt. You were a big flirt.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Doug. Yes. Thank. I don't want to get kicked out.
I've seen Gabe. Literally, this is before your relationship.
Yeah. I'm a one woman guy now. Yeah, I love you, honey. I love you.
That's what I'm saying. So we preamble it with that. But I literally, we were at like a hot topic. No, it was a Hobby Lobby, and I'm going up to cash out. And I'm buying perler beads, and so I can make these stupid little Nintendo things. And Gabe, I can't remember if you drove me or if I drove me. I don't remember who had the car at the time because we both didn't have a car. I think you drove me there.
It probably so.
Yeah. And so we go up to the cashier, and then Gabe's just like, so she said something about like phone number, and you're like, do you want my number? It just began like this awkward flirting, and she was very not interested, but you
not interested.
But you flirt with everyone, so you just kept going.
Just kept going. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna get 4 no's.
Is that your role?
Yeah, you're gonna get 4 no's. Yeah, you're gonna get 4 no's, and then you're gonna get that drunk yes. and the drunk yes is a yes.
No, drunk yes is not a yes. Good
the
sir.
drunk yes is not a yes. It's a hot topic, right? That's going to be a topic, right?
That's right there.
Is it a yes or is not a yes?
It's not a yes. No.
It's not a sober yes.
It's not a sober yes.
It's not a sober yes.
It is not a yes.
It's not a yes. Okay, so we definitely.
All right, I'm keeping that all in.
Yeah. This is good.
I'm keeping this all in.
Like, yeah, this is getting good.
Yeah, it's getting juicy.
Yeah, it's
now that you're like, I'm going to bring down the barrier here. I'm going to tell all my secrets.
Now I'm going to tell my life story.
I'm trying to think of anything else that you've done that was really funny.
I don't have a will yet. But someone trying to kill me.
You're just such a character, dude. Like
you know me. Yes, you definitely. You know me to be a character.
And
that's for sure.
People don't know how to react to you whenever they meet you. No. Like I've met people that were just like, I don't like him, and I met people like myself who's like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
And so you're always messing with people, or you're always joking with them, or you're always trying to get them to laugh.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, for me, I'd rather get you to laugh than to cry. Yeah. That's my take. I mean, this is life's lesson, is that, not everyone's going to like you, and that's fine. That's their prerogative, right? And that's cool, and as you get older, you in high school, you wanted to be liked and stuff. Well, this is life now, you know what I mean? And in life, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to like your comedy, not like your comedy style. And that's fine, because, I don't like you either. So it's all good. I mean,
I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I mean, so it's all good. I mean, like I said, when you go through a lot, man, you realize the important things in life. And when you were down, like when I was down, didn't have nowhere, important people, like you're one of them, man. Like, right. So on this show, it's gonna live forever. So on this show, man, I want to say thank you, man.
Oh,
I want to say thank you. Keep all this in.
Yeah, no, it was no problem. We had fun. We joked. We laughed. We played video games.
Like, man, this is for sure one of those life stories where, like, didn't have it, like literally nothing, man. My car got repoed.
Yeah.
Car got repoed. Sleeping on the couch. You having to move to Corpus. Work down there. Ride a bike. Take a bus to work. It humbles you.
Yeah.
It definitely humbles you. Gave myself a lot of time to think, because I was going through a lot in my life. But personally.
Wasn't that when you also found God again?
I would say, yeah, pretty much. I was like in tune with more of a search of like, okay, all these choices I'm making, I know I have to do something. There has to be a change made. I mean, if you keep on making the same choices, you're not gonna get a different result. And my choice was like, all right, I need to try to be more spiritual, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm not perfect by all means, so I don't want anyone to get it twisted of, I'm trying to be godly, because I'm not perfect, never will be. But down there, I was in search and finding myself and what I wanted, and asking my God, Him leading me on a path of, all right, what's important. And at the time, thing about it is having a family, like being with my kids. That's important, being a part of their life. So that was a big change, not going out and being in the streets anymore, because I was young, running out there, running wild, strip clubs Monday through Sunday. Strip clubs Monday through Sunday.
It's true though.
That is the truth. I mean, Monday through Sunday, not gonna make it rain. Got just flashing Monopoly money, stacks of it, stacks of Monopoly money with a couple of real ones around.
There you go.
Actually gave someone the $500 Monopoly money. Got kicked out.
Did you really?
No.
That's pretty good though. Yeah. But now you're cleaned up and you're pretty much sober. What's this new life like? What's the new Gabe like?
Completely sober, not completely sober, but a lot better. Like a lot better. More focused on being a better person, a good human being. As you get older, not letting the small stuff, interfere with your daily life, because time's gonna pass, and once that passes, so will whatever you was mad about. Just getting a different take on life, man, because life is short.
Yes,
we've lost a couple of people that we know.
Yeah.
So life is short, and we don't know when that day will come or when that time will come. And when it comes, I just hope that people that I've met, that liked me, will say, hey, that guy was, all right. They have something nice to say and not something bad. Even if you have something bad to say, well, that's all good too. I mean, you know what I mean? We'll come haunt you, make it right.
Just like the Addison ghost.
Like the Addison ghost in here. Yeah, like that
ghost.
Was so weird, man. That's
was that? It's like it's not.
That
good.
was. There's no one else here.
You hear that? Gee, Fauker. What was it? What's that? It's a fan.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fan.
No, we could talk about the different names.
Yeah, so the different names.
Yeah, the different names. So, Roland Gabriel Campos.
That's your real name.
That is my government name.
That is on paper.
That is my, yes. That is on my birth certificate that I have, proves that I was born in Texas, right here in the United States. So, you can't deport me.
Don't try.
Yeah, not gonna happen. I think I have my birth certificate. I hope I have.
I hope you have it.
I hope I'll carry it with me everywhere I go. All right, but no, I was born here in the great state of Texas.
So Roland Gabriel Campos.
Yeah, that's
so you don't go by Roland. You mostly go.
So I go by all the names. Like, so when I started working at the Improv, I was introduced as Gabe. So that's how that started. That's how.
So only the Improv crew knows you as Gabe.
Yeah, pretty much. But out there in the world, you may hear Roland. See, on stage it was G. Fauker.
Why was it G. Fauker?
Well, the middle name is Gabe, so G, because you don't want to be Gabe Fauker. That's Oh,
that's the ghost again.
Oh, the ghost of the Arlington Improv. They were saying Fauker. Is that what they're saying? Oh, Fauker. Yeah. And then the Fauker is the last name because I like the sound of the Fauker. And
it's spelled F-A-U-K-E-R?
F-A-U-K-E-R.
Yeah, so we're good. We can say that on here.
Fauker, yeah.
This is the only podcast that we do that's actually going to say Fauker.
Fauker, yeah. So Fauker was the last name that just sounded funny to me. So, but now it's probably just going to be Roland or Gabe Campos or whatever.
Yeah. So,
whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's just put me on stage. Just let me do my thing. Just let me do my thing. You know, just that's all.
Yeah. The name doesn't matter. Except for it does. You got to pick one game.
Well, I got to pick one. Well, right here and now.
Yes, right here and now.
Right here and now. All right. Right here and now, it's gonna be Roland Campos. My name.
Roland Campos it is. So I will no longer call you Gabe. I will start calling you Roland Campos.
I mean, that's what's on the flyer, right?
Yes, that's right. Show on November 8th. So anyhow, you got to go check out the show on December 8th at
Roland
7
Campos
p.m.
Show.
Roland Campos Show, if you didn't know.
a.k.a. G. Fauker.
So, so many names.
Yeah.
It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be a great time.
It is,
man. Roland Campos G. Fauker. I appreciate you being here and talking to me.
Anytime.
Yeah, dude, it's been awesome. You will come back and we'll have another conversation about God knows what. We're gonna get all that juicy stuff out of you. I'm gonna get all those stories.
Well, Let me be married first. All right.
All right. You do what you need to do. Yeah. I appreciate you being here. Everyone, go check out the show.
Y'all go check out the show.
This has been Duck, and I've been here with
Roland Campos, a.k.a. G. Fauker.
And support local comedy any way that you can.
Yes, y'all do. Come out to Addison Improv, Arlington Improv. Y'all come out, support comedy, local comedy, for sure.
All right. That's it.
All right, Doug.
And there it is. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, please head over to improvtx.com to check out all our upcoming shows at the Addison, Arlington, Houston, and San Antonio clubs. If you like this podcast, you might enjoy the other podcasts on the Improv TX Comedy Network. We have The Act Out. From open mics to the big stage, comedians tell us the story they've made, where I talk to comedians from all over and chat about their journey this far. Also, check out the Black Dog Retro Arcade podcast. Straight from the arcade, we talk about how our favorite games were made. That's right, we're talking all that video game goodness. And finally, we have Quacking Up, a storytelling podcast where we pick suggestions from a hat and tell stories based upon them. Once again, thank you so much for listening. Please check out our social media, all links in the description. And with that, we'll see you on the next one.